Welcome back, you football fans, and thanks for clicking onto this video. We will be talking about if Justin Herbert can 1. Win MVP, or 2. Get some candidate votes. Let's find out more about him first. Justin Herbert is a quarterback that is 6'6", 236, which makes him a massive human being. But he can still run, he throws missiles, and he can break tackles, as we've seen in the NFL. He came out of Oregon, which had no great receivers, so his numbers took a dip for that. But in his final season, he threw for 35 touchdowns to 10 interceptions, which got him to the Rose Bowl, which he won because he ran for 3 touchdowns in it. If we want to find out if he's MVP, we need to look at his stats and impact. His stats are 22 touchdowns to 6 interceptions with 2,699 yards and a 68% completion rate, which is good for a quarterback like him, who throws deep, long balls, throws hard every time, which, it's hard to control if you can throw really, really hard. He has a 104.7 passer rating, and he is setting many rookie records, like 7 straight games with over 2 touchdowns, 5 games with 3 touchdowns. He threw lots of 300-yard games. If he finishes the year the way he's playing right now, he is projected to throw for 4,318 yards and 35 touchdowns, which would by far be the greatest rookie season anyone's seen. Screw Ben Roethlisberger's 13-game win streak. Screw Baker Mayfield's touchdown record. He would be the real deal. If Burrow didn't get injured, then they would be competing for the Rookie of the Year, but since he's out, he's basically gift wrapped to himself. Unless he screws up and Justin Jefferson takes it on. He's turned this offense into one of the best offenses in the league. Top 10 for sure. With the receivers he has Keenan Allen, Jalen Guiton, Joe Reed, Tyron Johnson, and he's turned them all into pretty good receivers. Herbert is better than Tyrod Taylor, I can tell you that for sure. Tyrod Taylor is a player that really just game manages. He doesn't throw interceptions, but neither does he throw any touchdowns. He can run, but that's about it. He doesn't throw the long ball. He doesn't go for much. It shows in the Bengals game opening day. He only threw for like 210 yards with 16 out of 30 passes completed, and he didn't look great. The Chargers ran out victors, which, lucky for them, they were playing against Joe Burrow, but it was his first game, so I'm definitely going to cut Joe Burrow a lot of slack. But what I'm saying is that Justin Herbert can maximize the production of his peers. Keenan Allen looks like one of the best receivers in the NFL, and no one talks about it. Hunter Henry looks sharp, he looks fit, he looks great. His offense is producing big plays and big yards for him, and he throws for an insane amount of yards every game. Five games with over 300 yards, that's impressive. I wish that he wasn't on a team with terrible play calling skills. That's why they are not more than 2-7, because if the Chargers had great coaches, they would be like 6-2, 6-3, because they've lost so many games because of bad play call, like the Buccaneers, the Saints, and the Chiefs, and everything. If they had better play calling then, Justin Herbert would have won those games, and he wouldn't have to get therapy over losing games. Even if he hits the numbers that he's projected to hit, which would be MVP type numbers, he would be overshadowed by Josh Allen, Russell Wilson, Patrick Mahomes, and Kyler Murray, because they're putting up better numbers and they're making a lot more flashy plays. Although Justin Herbert is one of the better deep ball passers this year. If Herbert was to win the MVP, he would have to go on a streak that would be improbable. Like, he would have to throw Russell Wilson week 1 to 4 numbers, because those were crazy numbers, and those got Russell Wilson on the map. Right now, I do think Patrick Mahomes most likely will win this MVP award, but don't count out Herbert for getting votes. Voters might be thinking, oh, Justin Herbert, he's a rookie, like, we can cut him some slack, but he's also having such a great year. Like, I can see that. I probably would do that too, because Justin Herbert has been lights out, but Josh Allen has tortured Seattle and many other teams. He took a big step up from where he was, which I really appreciate, because out of every quarterback in that class in 2017, I expected him to go first it was 2018, but I expected him to go first overall, but the Browns picked Baker Mayfield. Also, Browns have better weapons, and I feel like Allen would have been able to utilize them more, because OBJ and Jarvis Landry can be deep ball threats, and Josh Allen can yeet the ball pretty far. Russell Wilson, we all know why he was an MVP candidate. For the first 5 or 6 weeks, he was throwing the ball here and there, left, Russ hook. The trademark was there. He was looking really, really good. Kyler Murray is one of the best dual threat quarterbacks right now. Lamar Jackson, get out of here. Kyler Murray's having a much better season. I mean, I know Lamar Jackson's still better, but Kyler Murray, the way it's going to go right now, I think Kyler Murray will have a better career. I mean, Lamar Jackson's still really young, and they're both really young, and I think Murray's older. Am I right? I don't know. But with Kyler Murray, he's already run for 10 touchdowns this year. He's passed for 17. He threw that impeccable Hail Mary. He's turned the Cardinals into a playoff contender. Admittedly, that he has DeAndre Hopkins to help, but I still think he's doing a very, very good job. And Mahomes, we don't have to say anything about Mahomes. He's leading the league in passing yards with 3,053 or something like that. He's throwing for an insane amount of touchdowns. He was clutch, like the Raiders game-winning drive where he threw it to wide open Kelsey and won the Chiefs the game. He of course has to be in the MVP candidacy. And the player I didn't talk about was Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is having such a good year, but the problem is he's had terrible games. It's been there. I feel like those terrible games will overshadow him, but I still expect him to be in that race. So, do I think that Herbert will win the MVP because of the schedule? No. Mahomes has an easy schedule. The Seahawks have an easy schedule. Russell can destroy people on the schedule. And I don't think, they have to play the Bills, the Patriots, the Broncos, and the Chiefs. I don't think the Chargers quarterback will win the MVP. I think he can completely destroy them. He can. He's shown with the Chiefs he can do a really good job. And that was his first game. So imagine if when he got the playtime against that game, against the Chiefs, he would throw for 3 touchdowns. I fully expect that to happen because the Chargers have a really good offense and Keenan Allen will probably get open a lot. The Chiefs are injury prone on the cornerback situation. So yeah. So the end of the story, I do not think Herbert will win MVP. I'm sad about that. I do think Mahomes will win this MVP. I do. But I do think he can get votes, like 1 or 2 third place votes, and I do hope that he does get them. But next year he could completely fight for it when the starting job is gift wrapped to him. He's a tough quarterback, so I don't expect him to get injured all that often. So hopefully Herbert wins the MVP soon, but until that, see ya. Peace.